Hello, everybody. How's it going today? We're going to have a short little press conference here about how the team is going. We are currently 10, 12, and 3. Our expectations were to be a little lower than this. I know that sounds weird, and you guys may have your questions, but I will reserve those for a little later. The team's current point leader is John Tavares at 25 games played and 18 points. Alexander Kerfoot was our point leader, but we have previously moved on from him as needed to be. Matt Murray was a 500 goalie. That is good for him, and I'm happy that he was playing good hockey, and we could move him on to an organization that he could win for and help move forward in their direction. But the direction he was going in is not the direction for us. We are currently 6th in the division. We need to be lower than that. Now, we do have 2 games in hand. We have played 25 games. The teams below us both have 23 games played, and they're only 1 and 3 points out. So they can pass us as long as we manage properly and we keep sticking on the path. I will now be open for one question before we get into moving forward through the regular season and proceeding on to trade deadline day. I'm sorry, what was that? The Alexander Kerfoot trade was needed because he was excelling past what we expected him to do. We had to move on from him, and I'm glad he was doing well because we could turn that into value. So thank you for your question. And any other questions the media might have, put them down below, and we'll address your questions in the next press conference. But let's get into the regular season and see what's in store and how we're sitting at trade deadline. So what we got here, guys, like I said, is we've got some games that we can hopefully get some losses. So we're going to drop down here to Seattle, and we're just going to do a slow pace, and we're going to see how we do. Wayne Simmons back in the roster. We beat Tampa Bay. That is not the direction we wanted to go in. A second round in Mayfield. We were actually going to take that trade, guys, and we're going to move on from that. How old? 25 years old. I don't think this is what we're looking for. We're going to decline that and let him go down to waivers. We lose to Dallas. Joe Thornton, the $16 million man, back from injury. Nope, Victor is not on the trade market. We lose to LA. Now we're going into Calgary. Welcome back. Welcome back, Jumbo Joe. Can we lose? We beat Calgary pretty bad, but we lose to Anaheim. We beat the Rangers. We beat Washington. That is tough. We got to slow down, and we are on a win streak that we do not like. We're going to decline that because, like I said, Victor is not available. Dylan Guenther, not available. So we're going to move on from them. And we lose to Philly and St. Louis and Arizona, but we get 2 points from Philly and Arizona. So that is tough. Colorado, I didn't see what happened there. We skipped through the month, but we beat St. Louis. That is tough. That is not what we're looking for here. We did lose to Colorado, so that is good. And after a month, we were sitting at 16, 8, and 5. That is tough. That has us in 7th. We need to be doing worse than that. The Yotes and the Blues have 33 points. We have 37. We need to come down in points. We need more losses. The Islanders have 32 points, and the Kraken have 32 points. If anything, we need to go accumulate some of those trades, some of those picks. So we're going to sim to the Boston game, and we're going to see. Hopefully, we can get a loss to Detroit. We lose in overtime to Detroit. We don't want to be losing in overtime. We can't be taking points. Another overtime loss. We might have to stop and figure this out. A good, clean loss to Nashville. And another good, clean loss to Detroit. Jay Beagle is back from injury. Boston beats us. We like that. Severson would be a nice pickup next year. Not this year. That's not what we're looking for. Florida, we destroy Florida. And after that, we heat up and we beat the Winnipeg Jets. But we don't want to do that. Montreal absolutely obliterates us. Thank God for that. The coach wants to have a conversation with us. I believe that after 49 games, we have a serious lack of goal production, and we need to address this ASAP. So I couldn't disagree more. We have a vision here, Hector, and you're not following it. We want more time. We want to make him believe that we need more time, and exactly like 33 games more time. So we're going to try to persuade him. Look, as much as I'd like to address our scoring, I think it will solve itself in time. All right, I'm skeptical that it will fix itself, but I'm willing to give it a shot. Of course you are, Hector, because if you don't want to give it a shot, I will sail you into the seas. Come back to me in a week or two and we can see. All right, I'll check back in a week. Hector, I'm not going to be interested in that conversation, bud. But I'm glad you gained some morale with that conversation. Anyway, we win 2-1 to Ottawa against that conversation, and then we lose to the Washington Capitals, so I am okay with that. We're going to one-day sim and get past Boston, and that is a shootout loss, but at least it's a loss. So where do we sit after another month? The Coyotes are at 44 points. We're at 46 points, but the Sabres are at 37 points, guys. I don't think that's a big deal because I believe we have the Sabres first round draft pick, if I'm not mistaken. And then the Kraken have 39 points. So we're a month out of trade deadline. There's a good amount of hockey left that we could try to figure out what is going on here. John Tavares is playing phenomenal hockey for the situation we're in. We don't need John Tavares being like this out here. So we're going to try to move on from him pre-deadline before it gets in the way. And I feel like some confidence can be instilled into Samsonov right now if we just throw him a pretty significant contract showing him, yes, we want to ride you until you're 30. I believe you're the goalie for us. We will give you $7.6 million for 5 years. That might be a little aggressive, but if his development goes where it should, he will be a good goalie to have on our side. And I don't want to sign him to 1 and 2 year deals. I want to lock him in. We don't have to worry about our goalies. Now, the easiest thing to do is going to be to go to find a trade, select John Tavares, and see. There is really no interest in John Tavares. That's going to be tough to make that work. I'm going to see what I can do. So honestly, the best thing I could probably do at this time is try to get Seattle's first round draft pick. It's going to be a lot. And when I mean a lot, I mean this is where we got to come in and we got to use first round draft picks. Wow, it really just doesn't seem, they just don't see the value there. Add a player they want, maybe? Add another first, so we're sending 2 firsts, a second, a good prospect that they're chasing, and John Tavares? They just don't want it. Okay, John Tavares, a first, and Ilya Mikheyev coming back to Toronto. They take it. We have just offloaded John Tavares. There we go. But we had a plan for those draft picks. Vancouver and Montreal for Seattle. 2 firsts for a first. Seattle doesn't want to do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to add Tampa's first in there. And they got to do that. 3 for 1. And they just won't do it. Okay. We're final offer. We're going to throw in Florida's 4 really bad first round picks for a potential first overall. And they just won't do it. Okay, Seattle is not budging. We'll have to wait until draft day to make that happen when we can be more aggressive knowing for sure if they got the first overall pick. We should attend to some maintenance as people are fussing about it. They want it dealt with, so some repairs need to go around. Sorry, executives and upper bowl, but we need to deal with the lower bowl, and the executives will just have to deal. I know you guys pay them more, but we got to deal with the fan base sitting in the arena. Okay, what we're going to do is go straight to trade deadline day. We're hoping doesn't need a decision to come back. Yeah, I threw gobs of money at you. Why wouldn't you come back? The coach, what do you have to say, coach? Our last chat, you said our lack of scoring would solve itself. That clearly has not happened. What do we have to say? I'm confident that this will be solved internally. I think your coaching ability can turn this around. I'm going to be honest, even my skills can't solve this scoring problem. And then we just tell them, this is the last time we're going to speak of it. Figure it out. Decline that. Soderstrom's not going anywhere. No, we're okay, Scott. Sorry, buddy. We lost to Columbus. It's exactly what we want to see. Back-to-back losses to Columbus. Excellent. Then Chicago, we beat Chicago. Not really jacked about that. We will pick up this second round pick, though, because that'll help us out with trades in the future. Montreal beats us, which is nice. Dylan Guenther is not going anywhere, especially for that hot garbage. We beat Chicago, so that's kind of tough. We lose to Buffalo in a shootout. Those shootout points are going to kill us come the end of the year. We win against Minnesota, and then we lose to Seattle, which is perfect because Seattle's underneath. We will sell. We will sell. enter the trade deadline. We are going to listen to trade offers for Rasmus Sandin. 2 seconds, eh? Brandon Gallagher and 2 fourths. Mike Hoffman and 2 fourths. Nothing's really looking great. Seattle did show some interest. Maybe we could use that. Seattle showing interest out here. Is Vancouver's first and Sandin enough? No. Here we go again. We're only going to offer one more first and Sandin. We're not getting crazy here. Yeah, I lied. We're going to throw a little more. 3 firsts and Rasmus Sandin is not enough. Seattle is out to lunch. Let's see if anybody wants Pierre Envol. Anaheim does for 2 seconds. Columbus does. Edmonton does. Nashville does. There's a lot of Envol love. Let's go. Oh, that's a Boston second, though. We'll take Nashville second over the Boston second because Boston's been killing it. But we will take that trade. Now, Nick Robinson, does he want to go anywhere? Anaheim again on the board. Columbus. Jamie Benn. They want to give us Jamie Benn for Nick Robinson. Ooh, that is tough. Dallas really wants Robinson. Let's see if we can make something happen here. I am a fan of both Ty Dellandrea and Wyatt Johnson, so if they'll do that, I'll do that. They will not do that. You do not get Nick Robinson. Come back to me when you want to make a deal. TJ Brody. Does he have any interest? 2 seconds out of Columbus. We'll take the 2 seconds out of Columbus and run. Thank you for that deal. And enjoy TJ Brody. Jake Muzzin. Is he catching any interest out of Edmonton? Yes. We will send Jake Muzzin on his way. So that'll probably wrap up our trade deadline as we got some assets and we traded away players that would aggressively help us win games. We're not going to pick up Bastion and we're going to move on. We're going to go to the Boston game. We're going to hope we lose to Vancouver and we won in overtime to Vancouver. Jordy Benn's back. Okay, we lost to New Jersey. Let's go. That's what we wanted to see. Edmonton's coming up. We need to lose this game to Edmonton. Oh, we beat Edmonton big time. Buffalo we lost to, but again in overtime. So even when we're not getting 2 points, we're getting points. It's tough. Again, we win to Colorado. We win to Ottawa. We win to the Islanders, but then we lose to Carolina in overtime. It is tough. I don't know how we're getting big wins here. We have nobody on our team. All right, we're coming up to Boston. 30, 35, and 12. That's 12 points in overtime losses. That is going to kill us. The Kraken are at 68 points. The Coyotes are at 69. We're at 72. And the Sabres are at 62. And the Islanders are at 66. Before we finish out the year, who has been killing us for games? You like seeing that out of your prospects. Right there. You love seeing it. Mikheyev playing all right. Yarko. Where's the $16 million man? The $16 million man, 24 points in 66 games. I love it. Sandin, I don't know what the hype is around him, but we probably should have traded him. 26 points. I know it's a bad organization, but you got to be doing better, man. Especially if you want to be the future of this club. Like, look at this gentleman right here. You think Lundstrom's stopping? No. He's like, I'm going to get 43 points in 73 games. And then Samsonov. Oof. Look at this. This guy's winning way too much. Good save percentage out of Samsonov. Did you see that? A 9-12 playing behind this team. Oof. All right, let's finish this off here and go to the end of the season. We need to... we beat Boston? Are you serious? And then we beat Montreal. Come on. Guys, what are you doing coming into the end of the year? Look at them go. They finish on a win streak of 5 games. Absolutely just ending it for us. That was terrible. So out of the entire league, we are 25th. It's not great, but we do have Buffalo's first. And they're dead last. And I'll try to acquire at deadline day whoever wins the lottery, but hoping. We have Arizona's first too, because that's where Matthews went. So we're hoping Buffalo and Arizona get 1-2. That's all we can hope. Now the Marlies do make the playoffs. Let's go. Some kids down there learning how to play playoff hockey. You love to see it, but they get beat out in the first round, so that's tough. Shocker, Colorado wins the Stanley Cup again. Not next year though, boys. Next year we're coming out for wins. So we won the draft lottery. Let's go. So we have first, fourth, 9, 10, and 11. That's good. That's good. I love to see it. So you know, Connor Bedard is ours, guys. Connor Bedard will be a Toronto Maple Leaf. Right there, we win the lottery. Big pumps to that. All right, guys, we're holding this closing press conference to end off the season. We have a lot of work to do coming into this draft. We have won the draft lottery. Big news for this organization. We have got Connor Bedard, but it does not end there. We have a lot of draft picks. We have to go over everything, see who we're picking, see what fits this organization, and start the rebuild to next year's playoff run and Stanley Cup attempt. Our first attempt at the Stanley Cup after tearing everything down. We are going to give you guys a winner next year. We're going to be aggressive in free agency. We're going to be aggressive at this draft. We've got Connor Bedard, and now we've got to build the Bedard future. I will be holding a press conference before we get into the draft. If you do have any questions, feel free, social media, to put your questions down below, and we will answer them in that press conference. But until then, guys, I am leaving you with Connor Bedard will be a Toronto Maple Leaf. There's no secret. He is coming to town. Congratulations to everybody, and let's go.